Hey guys, well, I'm out here in the rain at my car. This is a 1968 Plymouth Valiant 100 with a 225 Slant 6 and an A904 automatic transmission in it. And you've been around on my channel, you've seen this car quite a bit. It's just one of these projects I've been working on, and I've been improving it, not restoring it, but just improving it, and I'm hopefully going to get it back where it can be driven regularly pretty soon. One of the things I've run into, a little obstacle I want to talk about today and solicit your help if you would. I'm going to post this video on YouTube, and then I'm going to link it probably on the A-Body forum also, so you may be seeing it from there. But here's the deal, and I'll show you what's up. And I'm going to tell you beforehand, I may have created an emergency, not an emergency, but an issue on my own. There may not be actually an issue, but I need you guys to take a look at what I got here as far as this kickdown, this throttle rod, and kind of help me understand what's what here. First, I'm going to show you what's on my car. This manifold is a 71 manifold, and specifically it's a 71 through a 72 manifold. It's got the open choke cup in it, so I know that's legit, and I know it's also because of the casting number on the manifold. And this is the arrangement that I have here. I'll try to keep the camera fairly still. I have a throttle rod that is on there with a long slot and an adjuster bolt right there. As you can see, let me kind of point to it right there, and there may or may not supposed to be a spring somewhere. And then the bracket, the linkage part of it, I call it, is this. And as you can see, I have just I'll take this off right here. I have this thing here, sorry for the light, but I have that guy there where that was, just a pin. It looks like you can have a key, a car key, or one of those clips slip over the end of it to retain it. And then it just comes up, and this one has a solid rod right there that clips into it, and it goes up to the carburetor arm like that and clips into that. And of course you have your accelerator cable. And this is one of the gentlemen sold me a while back, and I asked him specifically for an early one, and this is what he sent me. He said this was off of 67. This is what I just showed you here. That spring on there, I don't know, that's not even in the right spot, I'm sure, but he said this is for 67, and then I didn't believe that's correct. I'm going to show you afterwards why. But what this car had on it when I got this car was the exact same thing. It's the same kind of throttle rod, the kickdown rod, whatever you want to call it, with the long hole in it, the long link, I guess you could say, for the adjuster. And I never could get the right adjustment out of this. This is what led me to believe that this was not the right piece on here. At least part of it wasn't correct. So now let me remind you, now this manifold was not on here. This is off of a different engine, so we can't really baseline it what I have off this. I'm just kind of showing you this for reference, so to show you what I have here on hand. So I have two of these identical kickdown rods, throttle rods, whatever. I have that bracket, that linkage, piece of linkage. I call it like a Z-bar, but that's not what it is. It's not the right thing, but it moves, you know, it changes the direction of movement, so to speak. So let's step into the garage, if you would, with me, and let's look at the other pieces I have and see what we got there. Alright, it's kind of loud in here because I got a metal roof. You can hear a lot of the rain on there. It's not really rain as hard as it seems like. Okay, first off, this was a manifold that was on that engine. This is the one, I don't know if this, yeah, this was the original manifold on that engine out there. The intake's been changed, but that's neither here nor there. I had to do some repairs on this whole thing. But this is the linkage that was on that engine out there when I got it. And you see it looks quite similar. Has the same arrangement with the rod going down to it, like so. That's exactly what's on that car now out there, this solid rod out there. And it's got the same pin, so it looks identical. And then I have another one off another manifold, which I think was a 69, which looks to be the same thing again, except it's got a hole right here. Alright, so that looks, to me that looks just about identical. So I think I have at least 3 of the same pieces here to that. Then I have the piece that went to that 71, I believe. Not to the 71, might have been later. I know what it is. This is part the gentleman sold me, but I think this is a little bit later than a 70 or 71, maybe, because it's got the provisions for the heat stove on it, for the for the heat to the carburetor. And it looks, this one looks fairly similar, but I can tell looking at it that the angle is a little bit different. Now I'm holding this out, so it's not really accurate. I'll try to get it a little bit closer. It looks like the angle might be a little bit different. I'm not sure. Maybe it's optical illusion. But it has a pin on the inside where that one just has a place for the rod to clip into. This one has a pin, and here's what I think I have here. I've been consulting my manual over here, as I'm about to show you. I think this is legitimately a 70 through a 73. It is not a 74 because I have a 74 arrangement on that blue engine over there, and it's nowhere near the same. So I know it's not any later than a 73, and I doubt seriously it's any older than a 71. So I think this is 71, 72, 73 slant 6 automatic. I think this one is that. And let me show you real quick. Let me open this up. I want to show you what's caused my confusion. Okay, now this is not a factory Chrysler manual, but they had to get these drawings from someplace. They look like they came out of the factory manual. So this is the artistic representation of the kickdown rod arrangement on a slant 6 or automatic. And as you can see, this says, this one clearly says throttle control valve linkage up to 1969. It has the rod that I showed you, and that rod, look real close right here, that rod terminates with an end that screws in or screws out. That's exactly the same arrangement the one on this car has, this 66 right here. Now it's a different bar, it's a different rod and all that's different, but it's a lot shorter. But it has that same, you screw it in or screw it out, and it clips on to like a ball fitting right there. It's supposed to be in that arm, which is that thing, right? All right, so if you go down, you look at the next one down here. This next one says throttle control valve linkage 1969 through 73. All right, here's the deal here. This looks quite similar to the one I have out on the car out there, those two rods out there. But you see, there's no hole in this thing. It just shows it going through there, retained by a little clip. And it looks to me like there's a clip up here. We're supposed to have a spring in it. Clips into that little clip, same as that other one does on the carburetor. It comes down. But this one has a slide on it. See that? And it looks to me exactly like what goes right here. That's what led me to think that that's a 73 piece right here, up to a 73, through a 71 to a 73 in this case. See, here's details of that right there. It's similar, it's not the same though. And then if we look at the 174 and up, you can see it looks very similar up by the carburetor. It looks very similar to a 73 on down, but the change is right here. That looks totally different. All that is right here is a U-shaped, means it comes up, makes a U-turn right there where my fingernails, it goes back down. Don't you dare say anything about my fingernails either. You don't believe this. There's people that get on YouTube and complain about my freaking fingernails. I'm going to show you one fingernail here you don't want to see. So, I'm just joking. But anyway, we still have the little arrangement here. So, there's no adjustment in this. So, the adjustment on the 74s on up is made down at the transmission, where on the other ones, it's made up at the carburetor, so to speak. So, see, just a clip. So please, y'all, tell me, what do I have here? And what does this exist? I've seen a picture of this. I've seen on the internet. I'm going to do my best to tack that picture on at the end of this video to prove I'm not crazy. I've seen one of these. But, you know, and this is not a harangue against folks that are trying to help me. I sure do appreciate it. I really do, because you guys know probably more than I do. I've forgotten a lot of this in the last 25 years, but I don't ever recall seeing one of those in person, and the gentleman that's helping me figure this out, he's got several, but his all are a version of this. Even though he's got them labeled 67 on up, I'm not saying he's wrong or anything like that. I just don't know. So that's what I'm asking, if you could help me to understand what I have, what I need, what do I need to do to get this thing hooked up and working correctly. I mean, the philosophy on making them work, I'm stout on that. I understand it. It's just that I have had people send me pictures of this. I've had them send me pictures of one of these things. It's all over the map, and everybody's saying, oh, it's all 67, 68, 69, 70. And this is not what the book says. The book says that if this thing is to be believed, it's saying that 68 on down is different. It's this. So I'm asking you guys who know for sure, positively, is this correct? Is this right? Or is it all going to be some version of this, and you know this? So, and please don't take that as me being mean or aggressive. I'm just trying to make it clear, because we get into these, sometimes we veer off course on these discussions. So I'm going to go in now, and I'm going to look for that picture. There's not much, I've done that already. I've tried to look for pictures of this linkage, and a lot of stuff comes up for Super 6. I don't need a Super 6 picture, so I had to look real hard for that. But I'm going to try to find that and illustrate what I'm talking about, because this is what I thought I needed. This is what I kept asking for, and nobody seems to know even what I'm talking about. So let me find that, and I'm going to tack that on at the end of this, if indeed I do. If I have, you'll see that coming up right now. If not, I appreciate you helping me. So either way, really do appreciate you helping me. You guys are an awesome group. So thanks for watching and checking this out. Bye-bye.